Hi everyone, welcome to Learn with Israel YouTube channel. So in this video, we'll be treating JAMB chemistry question for episode 2, which is from question 21 to 40. Let's get started. Question 21. The ability of an atom in a molecule to attract shared electrons to itself is A. Affinity, B. Ionic radius, C. Ionization, D. Electronegativity. So, what's electronegativity? Electronegativity is the ability of an atom to attract a shared electron to itself. So, electronegativity is the correct answer. The ability of an atom in a molecule to attract shared electron to itself is electronegativity. Question 22. The general formula of alkali is AROH, BR2CO, CrCOR prime. This one here that looks at one here is prime. BrCHO. So RCHO is the correct answer for alkana. And another name for alkana is aldehyde. Aldehyde or aldehyde. So RCHO is the general formula for alkana. What of the rest? ROH is alcohol. General formula for alcohol is ROH, and it's also known as alkanol. You can also call it alkanols. And for RCOR prime, esters. Esters. So the general formula for esters is RCOR. For those that don't know, let's move to the next question. Sucrose is made up of A. Glucose and fructose, B. Glucose and glucose, C. Fructose and fructose, D. Galactose and glucose. So let's start from option B. Galactose and glucose is formed together, give us lactose. When galactose and glucose come together, it gives us lactose. Lactose. So option D is wrong. Why fructose and fructose is wrong? Why option B, glucose and glucose give us maltose? It gives us maltose, which is also wrong. Why option A, glucose and fructose give us sucrose? So option A is the correct answer. Sucrose is made up of glucose and fructose. Let's move to question 24. An example of aromatic compound is A. C6H13OH, B. C6H13Cl, C. C6H5OH, D. C6H5O2. So an example of aromatic compound, we have phenol, we have toluene, and if we check, C6H5OH is phenol, which is an example of aromatic compound. So phenol is the correct answer. So let's continue. Question 25. Which of the following represent hybridization in a time? A. sp3, B. sp2d, C. sp2, D. sp. So ethyne is classified under alkane in the homologous alkyne. It's classified under alkyne in the homologous series, and it is represented by sp. While sp2 is represented for alkene. And sp3 is represented for alkane. So sp is represent hybridization in ethyne, which is also under alkyne. Question 26. The oxidation number of iodine in KiO3 is, let's solve. KiO3. Our K is +1 plus I plus the oxidation state of oxygen is -2 and 3. So our 1 plus I plus 6 minus 6 equals 0. So let's make our I the subject of the formula. Our I equals 6 minus 1. Our 1 We go there, return to -1. So our I equals +5. So +5 is the correct answer. Let's move to question 27. Sieving is a technique used to separate mixtures containing solid particles of dash. A small sizes, B large sizes, C same size, D different sizes. So option D is the correct answer. Sieving is a technique used to separate mixtures containing solid particles of different sizes. Question 28. How many moles are there in 140 grams of Si? This Si means silicon. 140 grams of silicon. So we are looking for our number of moles. Our mass is 140 grams. And to get our number of moles, we need to know our molar mass. What's our molar mass? Our molar mass is 28. The molar mass for silicon is 28, while the atomic number of silicon is 14. So now, number of mole equals mass over molar mass. So our mass is 140 and our molar mass is 20. So let's divide. 2 divided by 140 is 70. 2 divided by 28 is 14. 14 divided by 14 gives us 1. 14 divided by 70 gives us 5. So our number of mole equals 5. 5 is the correct answer. Please don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe. Question 29. The pressure on 100 centimeter cube of oxygen gas at 35 degrees Celsius is 750 mmHg. What would be the volume of the gas if the pressure is increased to 1000 mmHg without changing the temperature? So let's write out our parameters. So we have our P1, V1, we have our P2, we also have our V2. So our V1 is 100 centimeter cube. Our P1 is what? 750 mmHg. And our P2 is 1000 mmHg. And our volume is unknown. So P1, V1 equals P2, V2. So we make V2 the subject of the formula. So V2 will give us P1, V1 over P2. So our V2 equals, what's our P1? Our P1 is 750, multiplied by our V1, which is 100, divided by 1000. So our V2 equals 0 cancel 0, 0 cancel 0. So we now have 750 divided by 10. So 0 will cancel 0. We will now be left with 75. So our V2 equals 75 centimeter cube. So 75 centimeter cube is the correct answer. Let's move to question 30. Calculate the percentage by mass of nitrogen in calcium triazonitrate 5. So let's write it out in calcium triazonitrate 5. Calcium triazonitrate 5 is written as CaNO32. So we have to calculate the percentage, and anything percentage means 100%. So our Ca is 40. Molar mass, we have to calculate the molar mass, and the molar mass of calcium is 40. The molar mass of nitrogen is 14, multiplied by the 2 here will give us 28, plus the molar mass of oxygen is 16, multiplied by the 3 here, 48, multiplied by the 2 here will give us 96. So let's sum it up together. 40 plus 28 plus 96 will give us 164. 164 grams per mole. So it does not stop there. To get our percentage, we will divide our mass of nitrogen. What's the mass of nitrogen? 28. Over the answer we got here, our molar mass, 164, divided by, multiplied by 100. Multiply by 100 because we have to get our answer in percentage. So let's divide. 28 divided by 164. 28 divided by 164 is 0.0 0.1707 multiplied by this 100 here. So let's multiply. So if we multiply by 100, we'll get 17.07%. 17.07%. Please don't forget to subscribe to Learn with Israel YouTube channel. Let's continue. Question 31. The minimum amount of energy required for a reaction to take place is A. Kinetic energy, B. Lattice energy, C. Ionization energy, D. Activation energy. So option C is the correct answer. Ionization energy. Ionization energy is the minimum amount of energy required for a reaction to take place. Question 32. Which of the following is an example of chemical change? A. Dissolution of salt in water, B. Rusting of iron, C. Melting of ice, D. Separation by dissolution. So melting of ice, I've treated this in episode 1. Melting of ice is a physical change, and if you haven't watched the video, go and watch it out right now. So the chemical change in the option is rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is the chemical change in which it cannot be reversible and new substance is formed. Question 33. The process whereby a gaseous body loses some of its kinetic energy to a colder body is referred to as A. Condensation, B. Melting, C. Evaporation, D. Freezing. Freezing is the process in which the substance go from liquid to solid, like water freezes. While evaporation, the process of maybe you are boiling water and the gases that evacuate is hereby known as evaporation. While melting is from solid to liquid. From solid to liquid. While condensation is the correct answer. And what's condensation? Let me cite an example. Condensation is when you bring out a chilled drink from your freezer. The water droplet around the container of the drink is condensation. So the process whereby a gaseous body loses some of its kinetic energy to a colder body is referred to as condensation. Question 34. The type of salt that ionizes to produce 3 different ions in solution is. So each episode I do, I make sure I extract questions from all topics in the syllabus. So if you notice, if you are treating any question, you will see organic chemistry question, you will see question on base, you will see question on electricity. I make sure I touch all the syllabus in one episode. So make sure you continue to watch the episode from episode 1 to where it stops. It will really help you. This is JAMB past question, so stay attentive. So the type of salt that ionizes to produce 3 different ions is double salt. And double salt ionizes 3 different ions, which include group 1 ion. The next one is group 3 ion. Group 3 ion and an anion. So this is the 3 ion double salt produces. I hope you understand that now. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe. So let's continue. Question 35. Calculate the amount in moles of a gas which occupies 10.5 dm cube at 6 atm and 30 degrees Celsius. So we have our ideal gas which is equals 0.082 atm dm cube. So when solving this kind of question, when solving general gas question, you need to know your formula. And what's our formula to solve? Our formula is PV equals nRT. You solve this kind of question in episode 1, and if you need more examples, check episode 1 and watch the video. So what's our P? Our P equals 6 atm. Our V equals 10.5 dm cube. Our N, that's what we are looking for, is unknown. Our R, this ideal gas, is 0.08 atm dm cube. And our T is 30. Let's write that our T is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. So we cannot leave it like that. We have to convert to Kelvin. So to convert to Kelvin, you need to add 273. And if we add 30 plus 273, it will give us 303 Kelvin. So let's bring it back here. PV equals nRT. We make n the subject of the formula, and we now have PV over RT. So our n equals PV plus our P is 6 multiplied by our V, which is 10.5, over our R, which is 0.082, multiplied by our T, which is 303. So our n equals, let's press our calculator, our n. So 6 multiplied by 10.5 will give us 63 over 0.082 multiplied by 303 will give us 24.846. So our n equals, let's divide it, 63 divided by 24.846 will give us 2.53. 2.53. So if we check our answer, yeah, it's in option A, 2.536. I hope you understand this now. Let's move to question 36. An oxide XO2 has a vapor density, so this is a vapor density question, of 32. What is the atomic mass of X? So we are looking for X. So what do? Let's bring out the formula for vapor. The formula for vapor density is 2Vd equals Rmm, which is the relative molecular mass. So we have to multiply our Vd. So our Vd is 32. 2 multiplied by 32 equals to Rmm. So our Rmm is 64. Our Rmm is 64. What do we do now? We bring our SO2 equals 64. Our X plus oxygen, the mass number of oxygen is 16, multiplied by the 2 here equals 64. So we want to derive the value of X. So our X plus 32 equals 64. 16 times 2 is 32. So our X equals 64 minus 32. Collect the like term, makes X the subject of the formula. That's what I did there. So our X equals 64 minus 32 is 32, which makes 32 the correct answer. It's in option A. So if you haven't subscribed to this moment, please go and subscribe now. Let's continue. Question 37. Which of the following is the electronic configuration of sodium? So sodium is part of the first 20 elements and is represented as 11. And if we have to write the electronic configuration of sodium, we start by writing 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. If we have 2 plus 2, that's 4, 4 plus 6, that's 10, and 10 plus 1, that's 11. And if we check our option C is the correct answer. Let's move to question 38. This is an organic chemistry question. So the impact nomenclature of the organic compound above is, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've counted to the left and we've counted to the right. We are going to go for the lowest number around the bond here. This bond here is double bond known as alkene. Alkene. So our organic compound above here is, the parent name is pentane. But because of the double bond here, it will be written as pentene. But that's not all. The double bond is located at 1, 2. So we're writing it as pentene. Pentene. So that's our parent name. Our parent name is pentene. So now, if we continue counting forward, 1, 2, that's pentene, 3, 4. 4 is on methyl. So we can now say 4-methyl pent-2-ene, which is option D, 4-methyl pent-2-ene. So let's continue. Question 39. The shape of CO2, H2O, and CH4 respectively are. So CO2 is linear and the bond angle of CO2 is 180 degrees. The bond angle of CO2 is 180 degrees and it's also linear. And for H2O is bent and V-shape, bent and V-shape, and the bond angle is 105. And for the last one, which is CH4 is tetrahedral, and the bond angle is 109.5 degree. 109.5 degree. So we have to check accordingly. CO2 linear, bent, tetrahedral. So option D is the correct answer. I hope you understand with my explanation. So let's move to the last question for episode 2. The relative atomic mass of a naturally occurring lithium consisting of 90% 7,3 lithium and 10% lithium. So let's solve. How do we solve this kind of question? 90 over 100 multiplied by the atomic mass here. We are dealing with atomic mass, plus 10%, 10 over 100 multiplied by the atomic mass of 6. So 90 divided by 100 is 0.9 multiplied by 7 plus 10 divided by 100 is 0.1 multiplied by 6. So 0.9 multiplied by 7 is 6.3. Let's check it. 0.9 multiplied by 7 is 6.3. So 6.3 plus 0.1 multiplied by 6 is 0.6, which equals 6.3. 6.3 plus 0.6 equals 6.9. So 6.9 is the correct answer. Let's check our option. Yeah, it's in option D. 6.9 is the correct answer. I thank everyone for watching this video up to this moment. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please share the video to your loved ones. And for those interested in my tutorial, you can message me on this number. Message me on this number on WhatsApp, and I will add you to my tutorial. Really benefit from this tutorial. So see you in my next video.